What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing episode 3 of building my replica of Denver International Airport in 1/400 scale. In the last video we worked on doing the markings. As you can see, we did the markings on the airport as well as setting up the terminal and all of the gates. And we actually did do a airport update of this terminal that is now on the channel, so you can check that out if you'd like. But in today's video, we're going to be working on the taxiways as well as Concourse B. And I am hoping to have this airport finished by the February-March area. It is a bit unrealistic because of how massive Denver is, but I am hoping to do that. But let's dive straight into it. Alright, the first thing we are going to be working on is those lines that go in the middle of the gate that the pilots follow to pull into the gate. And what you'll need for that is just a plain ruler with a Posca yellow paint pen, or really any yellow paint pen, but Posca is one of the best ones, and a plain pencil. It could be mechanical or wood, it doesn't really matter. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate one of the gates, and then I'm going to do the rest of them and come back to you. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this out of the way, obviously, and grab my pencil and ruler. I'll zoom out just a bit so you can see it just a tad bit better. So basically you want to see the width of how wide you made your gate. I did post templates on the first video, so each of my gates are 11 centimeters wide from this side to this side, so you have to put a marking in the middle, which is 5.5 inches. So basically you go to the 5.5 inch mark and put a like a small little dash. It's not too noticeable, but noticeable enough for you. And then you're gonna do the same for up here. So the top of my gate is 3 centimeters, so I put one more mark up here. So I think you guys get the memo that you need multiple lines to make sure it is straight when you are drawing it. Then I would recommend heading over to Flight Radar 24 or Google Maps or Google Earth and taking a look at the gate design and seeing where they do the yellow markings as well as how many lines there are on it. But yeah, so I'd recommend doing that before drawing your gate. Okay, and as we have always done before with our gate markings and any other markings, so if this is the smooth end of the ruler, you have to flip it upside down so the paint doesn't leak underneath and make stains all over the airport. So what I do is I put it upside down like this, and then align the markings to the best of my ability. And then I kind of like tilt it down a little bit. That way I can get a still accurate representation without getting the leaks everywhere. And then you pretty much just start at the top and go all the way down to wherever you're trying to go to. So yeah, there you go. There is your basic marking for your gate. Then if you actually look at the gate markings at your airport, the majority of them will have a number below it that pilots use. So like gate A46 or A44, and it's a little box at the bottom of the gate. So I'm also going to be resembling that because I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible. So what I think I'm going to do for that is keep the same measurements for all of them. So I think I'm going to do probably 1.5 centimeters. Well, that's a bit big, but probably 1.5 centimeters. I'm gonna draw the lines out and I'll come back to you. You can just barely see the markings, but the final gate squares I came up with was 1 centimeter by 1/4 inch. I think that's the most realistic. So I'll come back to you once I have finished it. You pretty much just color it in and that's it. Just doing one of these gates probably takes me about 5 minutes. A lot of people wonder why I do that. It's because I want to make this airport the most realistic one. I've redone this airport 3 times, so I want this to kind of be one of the last times I have to redo it. So I will be using the black Posca pen. It is a finer tip. If we can zoom out just a bit here. It is a finer tip, as you can see. I will be using this to write the numbers on here, but you have to make sure it's completely dry before you write the numbers on there, otherwise it'll just smear it. So here is what it will look like when it's finished. You can see we have the numbers down here and then the markings up top here as well. It is a bit hard to see the yellow even on camera, so I would recommend going over it a few times to make it darker. I did finish all of the gate markings on all of Concourse A, and it looks astonishing. I did just do a airport update of Concourse A with these new gate markings that you can check out. It'll be on the top right hand corner or left hand corner of your screen, and you can click that card thing and it'll lead you right to the video of the Concourse A airport update. Now, many of you guys do ask where I get all of these models from, so I have provided a link in the description. If you do click on that, there is a link to get fairly cheap models with pretty cheap shipping as well. They have lots of models, lots and lots of models. So click that link in my description and you can scroll through all the different kinds of models. Since we have already done the gate markings on Concourse A, I am planning to do the regional gate markings from this side of the terminal forward. I just did acquire this brand new terminal and I think it looks amazing. So we're going to be doing some gate work on that and then working on the taxiways. So I do have the gates pulled up on my phone so I know where to do all of the gate markings, as you can see right here. So let's dive straight into it. We're going to be starting off at the very end over here, and we're just going to take a pencil and do some basic gate markings on it. Then I'm just going to keep doing that all the way down, so I'm just going to show you one. So it is a bit slanted according to the map, so kind of like that. And we're going to put one marking down here, one right there, one right here, here, and then do the other side. It is a little bit hard to see, but I do have all of my pencil markings for the gates down. Now I'm going to be using my red marker for the outline of the gate. As always, I use these Posca markers, and also as always, I do recommend flipping your ruler upside down so it has the normal part upside down so you don't leak your paint pen. Here is the final picture of all the gates drawn. You can see I did it pretty well. There are a few mistakes I'm gonna have to fix and paint over and everything, but I think it does look pretty good. Now we'll be moving on to the yellow lines that go in between each gate, and I will come back to you once I have finished all of that, and then we will work on the taxiway. As you can see, we have drawn the lines, and we have gate B80, B82, B84, B86, and B88 complete. Here is a different view of all 5 gates. The next thing we'll be working on is the taxiway, which is the alleyway between 2 different terminals. It is very easy to mess this up, so let's dive straight into it and give a step-by-step. So this taxiway is 20 centimeters wide. So what I'm going to be doing is dividing it by 2, so I have a straight line going through the exact middle of the alleyway or the taxiway, which would be 10 centimeters. So basically I'm just gonna find the 10 centimeters, which is right here, and put a marking down on it. I do have multiple markings down. I have one in pencil here and one in pencil there and a few more down the road. What you want to do is get your yellow paint pen or whatever color you want to make your taxiway, preferably yellow, and align the 2 markings, and upside down ruler of course so it doesn't bleed all over, and just draw a line straight down the middle. After doing it a few times, it is very easy to see, but that is the exact middle of the taxiway since I did the pencil waypoints. I will come back to you once I have finished more of it. I have finished the entire taxiway. It is a bit hard to see, but it is very straight, and that is due to making increments along the taxiway to help make it as straight as possible. That does conclude this tutorial on how to build a model airport episode 3. I am planning on doing one final episode 4 probably in about a month or two, so you can look forward to that. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, as it does help support me so much and gives me motivations to make more airports like this. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day/night, and goodbye.